What if luck wasn't just random, but a force you could harness? Imagine effortlessly attracting opportunities, success, and abundance simply by shifting your mindset. In this audiobook, you'll unlock the secrets of fortune, uncover the hidden patterns of synchronicity, and transform yourself into the luckiest person alive. Ready to step into a life where everything just falls into place? Let's begin. Introduction: Unlocking the Power of Your Mind, a Journey to Unstoppable Luck. Imagine if luck wasn't just a fleeting chance or an accident of fate. What if you could shape it, summon it, and make it a permanent force in your life? This audiobook is not just a collection of words, it is a gateway to a new way of thinking, a shift in perspective that will reveal the unseen forces shaping your destiny. The world around you operates on principles far deeper than coincidence. Every moment, every encounter, and every unexpected twist of fate is woven into the fabric of your beliefs, thoughts, and energy. What you perceive as luck is, in reality, the direct result of how you align yourself with the limitless possibilities of the universe. This journey is more than learning about luck, it's about reclaiming the power that has always been yours. Throughout history, great minds and ancient wisdom keepers have uncovered profound secrets about fortune and success. They understood that luck is not a random blessing but a current flowing through existence, waiting to be harnessed by those who truly understand its nature. You have arrived at this moment for a reason. Perhaps a quiet whisper within you has always known that there is more to life than mere chance. This audiobook will guide you to uncover truths long buried, to illuminate the hidden pathways of your own consciousness, and to realign yourself with the rhythms of prosperity and possibility. This is not just another self-help guide. It is an invitation to awaken, to transform, and to claim the fortune that has always been within your reach. As you step forward into this journey, prepare to challenge everything you thought you knew about luck and unlock a reality where abundance is not an accident but an inevitability. Chapter 1: The Mind's Hidden Gateway to Luck. Picture yourself standing at the edge of an endless, windswept plain. The horizon stretches infinitely before you, the air shimmering with heat, and every step forward feels uncertain. This is where our journey begins, not in comfort, but in the unknown. Because to understand luck, we must first understand the landscapes of our own minds. Imagine now a traveler, lost and weary, stripped of everything: his direction, his possessions, even his hope. With every step, the weight of misfortune presses down on him like the unrelenting sun. Just as despair threatens to consume him, he notices something in the distance, a figure standing impossibly still amid the shifting sands. As the traveler approaches, the figure, an enigmatic guide, speaks in a voice that seems to echo through time itself. The oasis you seek, the guide says, is not a place you must find, but a truth you must remember. Fortune does not wait beyond the horizon, it begins within you. The traveler furrows his brow. How can that be? He asks. What you believe, you create, the guide responds. Your mind is the wellspring from which your reality flows. The illusions before you, or the hardships, the obstacles, are nothing more than reflections of the thoughts you carry. This story is not just about an unknown wanderer, it is about you. The desert represents the struggles you face, and the guide is the wisdom that has always lived within you, waiting to be heard. Whether you realize it or not, your thoughts are shaping your path, sculpting the very foundation of your reality, the forge of fortune. To illustrate this truth, consider the story of an artisan. A potter in a struggling village where misfortune seemed to cling like a shadow. While others surrendered to despair, the potter believed that transformation was always possible. Each morning, he sat at his wheel, molding clay with steady hands, shaping not just vessels but his own destiny. Days became months, and the village around him began to change. Where once there was scarcity, there was now trade. Where hopelessness had reigned, prosperity emerged. Travelers passing through marveled at the transformation and asked, "How did you bring such fortune to this place?" The potter would only smile and say, "I did not wait for luck, I shaped it, just as I shaped this clay. My fortune began with my thoughts. And with each piece I mold, I reinforce my belief in a better future." What does this tell us? That luck is not something you stumble upon, it is something you create. It begins as a whisper in the mind, then grows into conviction, and finally manifests into the tangible world. A challenge for you. Before we move forward, I invite you to try something powerful. Think of a time in your life when a shift in your mindset altered your circumstances. Perhaps it was a moment of courage that opened an unexpected door, or a change in perspective that turned a failure into an opportunity. Take a few minutes to reflect on this and write it down. As you do, recognize that you were not merely recording a memory, you were capturing the moment your mind shaped your destiny. Every belief you hold is like clay in the hands of a potter or metal beneath a blacksmith's hammer. The question is, what will you choose to create? Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Book Library and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2: The Hidden Path to Prosperity. Picture yourself standing before an uncharted wilderness, an endless horizon of shifting landscapes, where the unknown stretches in every direction. This is not just a place, it is a symbol of your journey through life. And within this vast expanse, a lesson awaits, one that holds the secret to cultivating a mind attuned to opportunity, now. Imagine a lone traveler, weary from the burdens of life, who stumbles upon an ancient ruin lost to time. He has wandered aimlessly, believing himself to be at the mercy of fate. His resources have dwindled, his hope worn thin. But as he explores the crumbling remains, he uncovers a single engraved inscription: "That which you seek is not beyond the horizon, but within the mind that gazes upon it." Puzzled, he lingers in thought. Has he been searching in the wrong place all along? Much like this traveler, many spend their lives chasing luck, believing it to be a force that exists outside of them, something bestowed upon a fortunate few. But what if luck is not found, but forged? What if the very thoughts you cultivate are the foundation upon which prosperity is built? Let's step into another tale, one of a humble potter in a forgotten village. When famine struck, despair took root in the hearts of the villagers. Crops withered, trade ceased, and soon the people resigned themselves to hardship. But the potter saw something different. While others mourned their misfortune, he took clay from the barren earth and shaped it into something valuable, exquisite vessels unlike any seen before. His craftsmanship attracted merchants from distant lands, and soon, prosperity flourished where scarcity once reigned. When asked about his luck, the potter merely smiled and said, "I did not wait for fortune to change, I changed how I shaped my world." This truth is universal. What you believe, what you perceive, and how you act upon those beliefs, these are the architects of fortune. Your thoughts are not passive musings, they are blueprints of your reality, a practice for the seeker. Each day, take a moment to reflect on a time when your mindset altered an outcome in your life. Perhaps a decision made in confidence led to an unexpected opportunity, or a simple shift in perspective turned a challenge into a stepping stone. Write about this experience in a journal. As you do, consider this: if a single shift in thought could shape one event, what could a conscious and deliberate transformation of your beliefs create? You are not merely a passenger on the journey of life. You are the architect, the builder, the storyteller. And as you craft your narrative, know this: fortune does not wait to be found. It waits to be created. Chapter 3: the rhythm of prosperity. In a quiet valley nestled between towering peaks, there lived a young craftsman named Dorian. Renowned for his skill in sculpting, he could turn raw stone into breathtaking masterpieces. Yet, despite his talent, something always felt off. His work, though admired, lacked a certain spark. One afternoon, a wandering philosopher stopped by his workshop. Observing Dorian's chisel at work. "Your hands are steady," the philosopher remarked, "but your heart is out of sync with the rhythm of creation." Dorian frowned. "Rhythm? What do you mean?" The philosopher gestured to the world beyond the workshop. "Listen, not just with your ears, but with your being. Hear the whisper of the wind as it glides through the trees, the gentle pulse of the earth beneath your feet, the murmur of the distant river carving its path. Every force in nature moves with harmony. Tune into it, and your creations will come alive." Intrigued, Dorian stepped outside. He closed his eyes and let the sounds of the world wash over him. For the first time, he noticed the subtle cadence of life itself. Returning to his workshop, he no longer forced his chisel upon the stone, but moved with its grain, allowing the sculpture to emerge as if it had always been waiting to be revealed. From that day forward, his art was no longer just admired, it resonated. This story is more than an artist's revelation, it holds a deeper truth. Success, prosperity, and even what we call luck follow a rhythm. Those who struggle against life's natural currents often find themselves exhausted and frustrated. But those who learn to listen, to align their intentions and actions with the natural flow of the world, find that fortune moves toward them effortlessly, aligning with the flow of opportunity. Consider the tale of a fisherman named Kai. While others rushed to cast their nets at dawn, believing that effort alone would secure their catch, Kai did something different. He studied the tides, the phases of the moon, and the movement of the fish. He cast his nets not when he was most eager, but when the ocean whispered that the moment was right. While others returned empty-handed, Kai's boat always overflowed. When asked about his secret, he simply smiled and said, "I do not chase the fish, I move with the sea." What if we approached life the same way? Instead of forcing our way through obstacles, what if we observed, adapted, and moved in harmony with the rhythms of opportunity? A practice to tune your energy to success. Each morning, before you begin your day, take a moment to pause. Inhale deeply and reflect on 3 small blessings that exist in your life right now, perhaps the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a loved one, or the simple comfort of a new day. Feel gratitude expanding within you. This practice is more than just a ritual, it is a realignment. Gratitude shifts your energy, placing you in sync with the frequency of abundance. When you operate from this space, you become a magnet for opportunities, drawing success into your life as naturally as the tides meet the shore. Remember, luck is not an accident. It is a melody, a rhythm, one that is always playing. You need only learn to listen. Chapter 4: The Power of Unshakable Faith. In a land scorched by the relentless sun, a small village stood on the brink of collapse. The river that once nourished their fields had dried to a trickle, crops turned to dust, and hunger gnawed at their spirits. Fear spread like wildfire, and many resigned themselves to despair. Yet, in the midst of hopelessness, a boy named Elias held on to a vision that no one else could see. Every morning, he would walk to the center of the village, lift his hands to the sky, and declare, "The rains will return." At first, the villagers shook their heads. "The sky has been clear for months," they muttered. "Wishing won't bring the water back." But Elias refused to waver. Day after day, he spoke with certainty, describing the scent of fresh rain, the sound of water trickling into their fields, the cool mist against their skin. Slowly, his conviction spread like ripples in a pond. People who had given up on their land began tending to their fields again. Those who had stopped hoping started storing seeds in anticipation of better days. Then, one evening, a shift occurred, the wind changed, heavy clouds rolled in, and the heavens finally opened. The long-awaited rain poured down, quenching the thirsty earth and reviving their fortunes. This story reveals a deep and powerful truth: belief is not just a feeling, it is a force that shapes reality. When you hold unwavering faith in an outcome, you do not merely hope for it, you invite it, prepare for it, and align yourself with its arrival. How belief shapes reality. Imagine two explorers stranded in a vast desert, each facing the same brutal conditions. One succumbs to doubt, convinced that rescue is impossible, and soon gives up. The other clings to the belief that salvation is near, staying alert for any sign of hope. Who is more likely to survive? The answer is clear: the one who refuses to abandon faith. The way you perceive the world influences how you interact with it. If you believe that success is scarce, you act hesitantly, missing opportunities. But if you trust in abundance, you navigate life with confidence, seeing doors where others see walls. A story of trusting the unseen. A fisherman named Kieran once sailed into uncharted waters, hoping for a catch. For weeks, his nets came up empty, and doubt crept into his heart. But one night, he dreamed of a hidden cove where fish swam in endless schools. The vision was so vivid that when he awoke, he could almost hear the water teeming with life. Instead of surrendering to despair, he chose to trust this inner knowing. Guided by instinct, he set sail at dawn, following the call of his dream. When he arrived, he cast his net with absolute certainty. Moments later, he pulled in the largest catch of his life. Kieran's story is a testament to the power of belief. Faith is not about ignoring reality, it is about seeing possibilities that others overlook. It is about trusting that unseen forces are working in your favor, even when there is no visible evidence. A simple practice to strengthen your belief in good fortune. Every morning, stand before a mirror and meet your own gaze. With conviction, affirm these words: I am a magnet for abundance. Opportunities flow to me effortlessly. I trust in the wisdom of life, knowing that everything unfolds for my highest good. I am surrounded by endless possibilities, and I welcome them with open arms. As you repeat this affirmation, do not just speak it, feel it. Let it settle into your bones, shaping your mindset and energy. Over time, you will find that luck and success are no longer distant hopes, but natural companions walking beside you. The truth is simple: when you believe in the impossible, you make it inevitable. Chapter 5: The Art of Seeing, Feeling, and Receiving. In a quiet town nestled between rolling hills, a young sculptor named Ava spent countless hours in her workshop, her hands shaping raw stone into breathtaking masterpieces. To the outside world, her talent seemed almost supernatural, as if the marble itself whispered its secrets to her. But Ava knew her true gift wasn't just in her hands, it was in her mind. Before she ever touched a chisel, she would close her eyes and see the finished sculpture in perfect detail. She imagined every curve, every texture, every play of light across the surface. She felt the coolness of the stone beneath her fingers, heard the soft scrape of her tools, and envisioned the moment her work would stand proudly in galleries, admired by all. This wasn't just daydreaming, it was a deliberate practice of mental creation. Ava understood that by vividly picturing her success, she was aligning herself with it, paving the way for her vision to become reality. And sure enough, as she sculpted with unwavering belief, opportunities began to appear. Her commissioned pieces, invitations to exclusive exhibitions, and patrons eager to invest in her work. Why visualization is more than imagination. Many believe luck is a random force, unpredictable and fleeting. But what if luck is something we can invite into our lives? The truth is, what we consistently see in our minds, we begin to create in the physical world. The greatest innovators, athletes, and visionaries throughout history have harnessed the power of visualization, not as a passive wish, but as an active force shaping their destiny. Consider the story of Adrian, an architect with a dream of designing a revolutionary eco-friendly city. Long before the first blueprint was drawn, Adrian would close his eyes each night and walk through the streets of his imagined metropolis. He could hear the hum of energy-efficient transport, feel the cool breeze from lush green rooftops, and see the vibrant communities thriving in harmony with nature. At first, his vision seemed impossible. The challenges were endless: funding, permits, skepticism from experts. Yet, Adrian's unwavering belief kept him searching for solutions. Over time, the right investors appeared, innovative technologies emerged, and against all odds, his vision materialized. Today, his city stands as a testament to the unseen power that guided him from dream to reality. How to make visualization work for you? To harness this power, you must go beyond mere wishing. Engage all your senses. If you desire financial success, don't just picture numbers in your bank account, imagine the weight of crisp bills in your hand. The satisfying click of a payment confirmation, the scent of fresh leather from the car you've just purchased. If you dream of a thriving business, envision the sound of satisfied customers, the feeling of shaking hands on a deal, the glow of accomplishment at the end of the day. The key is to make your vision so real in your mind that it feels inevitable. A guided visualization exercise. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths, allowing tension to melt away. Now, bring to mind a moment of incredible success, one that hasn't happened yet, but will. What do you see around you? Are you standing in a grand office, signing a life-changing contract? Are you on stage, addressing an audience that hangs on to your every word? Are you celebrating with loved ones as your dream finally becomes reality? Listen closely. What sounds fill the air? Applause? Laughter? The quiet hum of satisfaction? Breathe in deeply. What scents accompany this moment? Freshly brewed coffee, ocean air, the earthy aroma of a new home. Most importantly, feel the emotions. The surge of joy, the deep gratitude, the exhilarating certainty that you have arrived. Hold on to this feeling as long as you can, because it is the secret ingredient that turns vision into manifestation. Final thoughts. Seeing is the first step to receiving. Throughout history, the most successful individuals have shared an unshakable truth: we must see what we want before we can receive it. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires, you activate forces beyond logic. Opportunities arise, ideas flow, and the path reveals itself in ways you never imagined. So as you close this chapter, remember, your mind is the canvas, your emotions are the colors, and your belief is the brush. Paint your vision with clarity, feel it with conviction, and prepare to receive the masterpiece that is your life. Chapter 6: Turning setbacks into stepping stones for luck. In the heart of a bustling trade city, there lived a merchant named Idris, whose wealth was said to rival that of kings. His caravan stretched across the land, bringing exotic goods from distant shores. But fate, as it often does, had different plans. One fateful evening, a raging fire swept through the city's marketplace, consuming Idris's warehouses and reducing his empire to ash. The merchant stood amidst the ruins, watching the embers flicker in the night, his life's work seemingly erased in a matter of hours, yet, where others saw devastation, Idris saw a challenge. As he wandered through the charred remains, he noticed an old manuscript that had miraculously survived the blaze. Within its pages lay forgotten trade routes, ancient secrets of commerce long abandoned. Inspired by this discovery, Idris set out on a new journey, using this knowledge to establish a trading network more expansive than he had ever dreamed. In time, he built a fortune far greater than before, proving that loss is often the seed of greater gain. This tale reveals a fundamental truth: what appears to be a crushing defeat may, in fact, be the gateway to unforeseen fortune. Life's storms often clear a path for new beginnings, if only we choose to see them as such. Consider the story of Layla, a dedicated scientist who spent years working on a groundbreaking invention. Just as she neared completion, a sudden policy change cut her funding, forcing her to abandon the project. Devastated but not defeated, Layla redirected her expertise toward an entirely new field. In doing so, she stumbled upon an innovation that revolutionized medical technology. The setback that once seemed insurmountable had, in truth, guided her toward her greatest success. Fortune often disguises itself as adversity, testing our resilience and adaptability. When faced with setbacks, the question to ask is not, "Why did this happen to me?" but rather, "How can this moment serve as a stepping stone to something greater?" To transform setbacks into luck, engage in this powerful practice. Take a moment to reflect on a past challenge that seemed like a roadblock. Grab a notebook and write about that experience, but from a new perspective. What doors did it open that you hadn't anticipated? What skills did you develop because of it? How did it lead you to an outcome you never would have considered? By shifting your mindset, you begin to see patterns where luck was quietly at work, even in moments of despair. When you start recognizing hidden opportunities within misfortune, you condition yourself to expect fortune at every turn. Remember, life's trials are not stop signs but redirections. The key to lasting success is not avoiding setbacks, but learning to transform them into the very stepping stones that lead you to greater abundance. Chapter 7: Navigating Life Within a Wisdom. As you embark on this chapter, imagine a vast and endless desert stretching before you, where the sun scorches the sand and the wind whispers secrets only the patient can hear. In the heart of this arid expanse wandered Elias, a traveler searching for a lost city said to hold the key to boundless wisdom and fortune. For weeks, Elias journeyed without clear direction, his provisions dwindling as doubt crept into his heart. Then, on the edge of exhaustion, he stumbled upon an ancient, hooded mystic who handed him an unmarked map. "Follow the path unseen," the sage murmured before vanishing like a mirage. The map bore no clear landmarks, only a series of shifting patterns that made no sense at first glance. But something within Elias stirred, a deep knowing that he had to trust what he felt rather than what he saw. With no other guide, he followed the instinctive pull in his heart, stepping forward even when the path seemed to lead nowhere. Days later, he arrived at the ruins of the legendary city, discovering treasures far beyond gold, wisdom, insight, and the realization that trusting his inner compass had been the true fortune all along. This story reveals a vital truth: within each of us lies an intuitive force, a silent guide that, when honored, leads us toward opportunities and breakthroughs we might otherwise overlook. But how often do we truly listen to that quiet voice? How many times have we dismissed our instincts in favor of logic, only to realize later that we ignored what we already knew deep within? Understanding your inner compass, your intuition, is not a random feeling, it is a fusion of subconscious knowledge, lived experiences, and the wisdom of the universe converging into a silent nudge. Like Elias, you have access to this guidance, but it requires trust and awareness to interpret its signals. It may emerge as a gut feeling steering you away from a seemingly good opportunity, a sense of unease before making a decision, or an inexplicable pull toward a new path you had never considered before. To cultivate this awareness, practice stillness. In a world filled with distractions, your intuition speaks the loudest when the noise of daily life quiets. Whether through meditation, solitude, or deep reflection, giving yourself space to listen allows your inner compass to become clearer. The story of Naya, seeing beyond the surface. In a bustling coastal town lived Naya, a young artisan known for her intricate jewelry. One day, while strolling through a crowded market, she felt inexplicably drawn to an old, discarded shell among the wares of a fisherman. Though others saw it as worthless, she sensed something more. Trusting her instincts, she purchased it, carefully polishing its surface. Inside, she uncovered a rare, iridescent pearl, something of immeasurable worth hidden in plain sight. Naya's tale reminds us that fortune often reveals itself where others fail to look. When you trust your inner voice, you begin to see beyond the obvious, recognizing possibilities invisible to those bound by conventional thinking, strengthening your connection to intuition. To hone your intuitive awareness, try this simple yet transformative practice. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths, allowing your mind to settle. Visualize a guiding light. Imagine a soft glow at the center of your being, radiating warmth and clarity. Ask yourself a question. Instead of forcing an answer, remain open. What is the next step toward greater fulfillment in your life? Notice the response. It may come as a thought, a feeling, or a subtle shift in energy. Trust what arises, even if it doesn't make immediate sense. Take action. Intuition thrives when honored. Whether small or significant, act on the guidance you receive and observe where it leads. Embracing the journey, your inner compass is a gift, one that grows sharper the more you use it. Like Elias, who trusted an unmarked map, and Naya, who saw value where others did not, you have the ability to navigate life's uncertainties with confidence. The path ahead may not always be clear, but by listening to the wisdom within, you will find yourself exactly where you need to be. Now, take a moment to reflect. What is your intuition whispering to you right now? The answer may hold the key to your next great fortune. Chapter 8: The Hidden Power of Generosity. A new chapter unfolds, revealing a truth often overlooked: the immense power of giving. Imagine a bustling city where wealth and poverty intertwine, where one small act of kindness can alter the course of a life. In this city lived a man named Leon, a struggling artist barely making ends meet. Every morning, he sat on a quiet street corner, sketching portraits in the hope of earning enough for his next meal. One cold evening, as Leon packed up for the night, an elderly woman approached him, shivering in the bitter wind. Her eyes, weary yet kind, met his. Without a second thought, he removed his only scarf and draped it around her frail shoulders. "You need this more than I do," he said with a smile. The woman, overwhelmed by his generosity, simply nodded and disappeared into the night. The following day, as Leon settled into his usual spot, a well-dressed man stopped to watch him work. "Your talent is remarkable," the man observed. "I've been searching for an illustrator for my publishing company. Would you be interested?" That moment changed everything. Within weeks, Leon's fortunes turned, his struggles replaced with opportunity. This story reveals a profound truth: when we give freely, without expectation, we create a ripple effect that returns to us in ways we could never predict. Generosity is not just an act of kindness, it is an energy that fuels abundance. Circulating through the unseen channels of life, the universal flow of giving, history is rich with examples of how selfless giving creates unexpected rewards. Consider the tale of Emperor Darius, whose kingdom suffered a terrible drought. While his advisors urged him to hoard the royal grain stores, fearing famine, Darius chose a different path. He opened the granaries to the people, ensuring that no one went hungry. Though some warned of depletion, something miraculous happened. When the harvest season arrived, the people, grateful for his generosity, contributed double the usual yield. His kingdom flourished beyond expectation. This demonstrates an ancient principle: the flow of giving and receiving is cyclical. When we cling to what we have in fear of scarcity, we block this natural rhythm. But when we trust in abundance and act with an open heart, we unlock a continuous stream of fortune. A practical approach to giving. How can we integrate this wisdom into our daily lives? The answer is simpler than you might think. Start small. Offer a moment of your time to someone in need, share knowledge or encouragement freely, contribute to a cause without waiting for acknowledgement. When you give, do so with presence, with sincerity, and without expectation of immediate return. Then, observe the subtle changes around you. A door opens where there once was none, an opportunity presents itself unexpectedly. Or you find yourself receiving kindness from the most unlikely of sources, an exercise in abundance. Take a moment now to reflect on how you can embrace generosity in your own life. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Picture yourself as a vessel of abundance, overflowing with kindness and resources. Ask yourself, how can I give today? Allow your intuition to guide you. Perhaps it's a small gesture, helping a neighbor, sending a heartfelt message, or supporting a friend's dream. Whatever it may be, trust in the act itself, not in its return. Generosity is more than an action, it is a mindset, a way of being that aligns you with the natural flow of abundance. As you cultivate this practice, you'll begin to see the magic of giving unfold in your life, leading you toward unexpected blessings and opportunities beyond your imagination. Chapter 9: The Daily Practice of Fortune. With each new dawn, a fresh opportunity emerges, a chance to shape the course of your destiny through intentional habits. In a remote valley, nestled between towering peaks shrouded in mist, there existed a sanctuary known as the Haven of Prosperity. Within its marble halls, sages devoted their lives to mastering the art of harmonizing with life's unseen forces. Every morning, just as the golden hues of sunrise bathed the temple in warmth, the sages would assemble in the central courtyard. With deliberate grace, they engaged in a sequence of movements designed to synchronize their energy with the pulse of the universe. They chanted affirmations that reverberated through the air, aligning their minds and spirits with the rhythm of abundance. It was believed that those who performed these rituals with sincerity found their endeavors met with extraordinary success. This ancient tradition carries a vital truth: luck is not random, but rather something we can cultivate. Just as those sages followed daily practices to attune themselves to the flow of opportunity, so too can we establish simple yet powerful rituals that invite fortune into our lives. These practices do not require elaborate ceremonies or hours of commitment. Instead, they rely on consistency and intentionality. Consider the transformative power of gratitude. Each morning, take a moment to acknowledge 3 things you are thankful for. This seemingly small act shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, creating an internal magnet for prosperity. Another potent tool is affirmations. The words you speak shape your reality. By affirming confidence, success, and openness to opportunity, you program your subconscious mind to seek and recognize paths to fortune. Similarly, visualization holds immense power. Spend a few moments vividly imagining yourself achieving your goals, feel the triumph, see the success, and believe in its inevitability. This mental rehearsal primes your mind to take the actions necessary to turn dreams into reality. Now, let me share with you the story of Idris, a simple artisan who lived in a vibrant marketplace by the sea. Each morning, before stepping into the bustling streets, Idris would pause in stillness. He would reflect on his blessings, speak words of encouragement to himself, and picture his day unfolding with unexpected favor. At first, those around him dismissed his ritual as a quaint superstition. But over time, Idris's success became impossible to ignore, his work flourished, customers were drawn to him, and opportunities seemed to appear effortlessly. The secret? Idris had discovered that luck is not a fleeting whim of fate, but a habit. He consistently aligned his mindset, emotions, and actions with abundance, and in doing so, he became a living magnet for good fortune. Now, I invite you to embark on your own journey of fortune cultivation with a simple morning practice. As you awaken, before your feet touch the floor, take a deep breath and acknowledge 3 specific things you are grateful for. Next, speak an affirmation of luck, such as, "I am in harmony with life's abundance, and fortune flows freely to me." Finally, close your eyes for a brief moment and visualize your day unfolding with ease, success, and unexpected blessings. Remember, it is not the complexity of the ritual that matters, but the consistency and belief with which you perform it. By making this a daily habit, you open the door to a life where opportunity is ever present, and luck becomes your faithful companion. Chapter 10. The Power of the Unforeseen. Life's greatest opportunities often arrive unannounced, wrapped in the disguise of misfortune. What if the very obstacles you face are not hindrances but hidden doors leading to something greater? Consider the tale of a traveler whose journey took an unexpected turn. Long ago, a wanderer named Idris embarked on a voyage to a distant kingdom, his mind set on his goal, his path clear. But fate had other plans. A sudden and violent storm forced him to take refuge in an unfamiliar forest, far from the route he had meticulously planned. Frustrated and weary, he saw this as an unfortunate delay. But as he ventured deeper into the woods, he stumbled upon an extraordinary village, untouched by time, where artisans created marvels the outside world had long forgotten. What Idris first perceived as a setback turned out to be an encounter that changed his destiny. The knowledge he gained in that hidden village opened doors he had never imagined. Had he followed his original course without deviation, he would have missed an opportunity that defined his future. This tale reminds us of a profound truth: adversity often carries the seeds of great fortune, if only we dare to look beyond the immediate struggle. Now, let me share another story, a tale of resilience, creativity, and unexpected success. In a bustling town, a gifted potter named Anya was known for her intricate designs and masterful craftsmanship. One day, she was commissioned to create a magnificent piece for the royal court, an opportunity that would solidify her reputation. She carefully shaped the clay, molding it to perfection. But just as she was about to complete her work, disaster struck. The clay collapsed, shattering her efforts in an instant. Despair threatened to consume her, but as she stared at the broken fragments, an idea began to form. Instead of discarding the ruined pieces, she reassembled them, crafting a mosaic of patterns and colors unlike anything she had ever created. What had once been a devastating mistake transformed into a revolutionary art form, captivating the royal court and elevating Anya's name to legendary status. What seemed like failure became the very foundation of her success. These stories reveal a powerful lesson: what appears to be a misfortune may, in reality, be a hidden blessing. The twists and turns of life are not barriers but pathways leading to unforeseen treasures. To embrace this wisdom, take a moment to reflect on a recent experience that seemed like a setback. Perhaps it was a missed appointment, a cancelled plan, or an unexpected delay. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Release your initial judgment of the event and consider, Could this moment have created new possibilities? What lessons did it offer? What doors might now be opening that you had never considered before? Sit with these thoughts for a moment, allowing gratitude to settle in. The universe, in its mysterious ways, often leads us to unexpected fortunes when we least expect them. By staying open to life's surprises and trusting in the flow of events, you align yourself with opportunities hidden in the most unlikely places. Remember, true fortune often arrives disguised as an inconvenience. The key is to recognize it, embrace it, and let it shape your path forward. Chapter 11, The Power of Connection and Prosperity, as you delve deeper into the mysteries of fortune. A timeless truth reveals itself: the power of relationships. History and wisdom alike teach us that true prosperity is not merely an individual pursuit, but a shared experience. Let me tell you a story that echoes this lesson, a story of how unity can transform fate. In a valley where the sun kissed the land with golden hues, there lived a man named Elias. He was a skilled craftsman, known for his intricate woodwork. Yet, despite his talent, his shop remained empty, and his fortune stagnant. He worked tirelessly, perfecting each piece, yet no customers came, and his frustration grew with each passing day. One evening, as he sat by his unlit hearth, an elderly merchant passing through the village struck up a conversation. "Tell me, Elias, do you carve for yourself or for the world?" The question puzzled him, but before he could answer, the merchant continued, "True success does not come in solitude. It flourishes in the bonds you create." Taking these words to heart, Elias began to shift his approach. Instead of working alone in his dim workshop, he started visiting the bustling marketplace. He shared his craft with other artisans, collaborated on new designs, and offered his skills to those in need. Soon, word spread of his extraordinary craftsmanship. Orders poured in from near and far, and his once empty shop became a hub of creativity and commerce. His work, once unnoticed, became revered, all because he embraced the power of connection. This story unveils a vital principle: fortune often walks hand in hand with collaboration. When we open ourselves to the energy of those around us, we invite abundance into our lives. Success is not solely determined by skill or effort, but by the relationships we nurture along the way. Now, consider the tale of Queen Lyra, a ruler of a modest kingdom. Instead of expanding through conquest, she sought to build alliances based on mutual respect and shared prosperity. She encouraged cultural exchanges, welcomed traders, and formed partnerships with neighboring lands. Over time, her small kingdom flourished, not through force, but through unity. Her people prospered, her influence expanded, and her realm became known as a beacon of harmony and success. What she could not achieve alone, she accomplished through the strength of connection. These narratives remind us that luck is not an isolated phenomenon. It thrives in the spaces between people, in the exchanges of ideas, and in the partnerships we forge. When you surround yourself with individuals who uplift, inspire, and challenge you, you create an ecosystem of opportunity that continuously fuels your journey toward success. To integrate this wisdom into your life, take a moment for reflection. Close your eyes and visualize the people who regularly enter your world. As each face appears in your mind, ask yourself, does this connection inspire growth or stagnation? Does this relationship align with my aspirations? How can I strengthen the bonds that bring positivity into my life? Now, choose 3 connections that hold the potential to enrich your path. Make a conscious effort to nurture them in the coming weeks. Perhaps it's reaching out to a mentor, collaborating on a new venture, or simply expressing gratitude to those who support you. Every positive relationship you cultivate is a thread woven into the fabric of your fortune. Remember, seeker of success, that prosperity is not a solitary road. It is a journey walked hand in hand with those who share your vision. By fostering meaningful relationships with intention and authenticity, you create a network of abundance that will support you in ways beyond your imagination. Chapter 12: The Flow of Aligned Action. Imagine standing at the edge of a mighty river, its waters winding through valleys and forests, carrying secrets whispered by the earth itself. As you watch its ceaseless journey, consider the story of Elias, a skilled artisan whose struggle reveals a timeless lesson about harmony and purpose. Elias had dedicated his life to crafting exquisite wooden sculptures. Each morning, he would rise with the sun, chiseling intricate designs into the finest timber. Yet, despite his dedication, his work remained unnoticed, gathering dust in the shadowed corners of his modest workshop. He labored tirelessly, but recognition and success eluded him, leaving him disheartened. One evening, as Elias sat by the river bank, lost in contemplation, an elderly traveler approached. The stranger observed the craftsman's furrowed brow and said, "The river does not force its way through the mountains, it follows the path of least resistance. Why do you carve against the grain instead of flowing with it?" The word struck Elias deeply. He realized that he had been creating for the approval of others rather than honoring his own artistic instincts. That night, he let go of his preconceived notions and sculpted purely from inspiration, allowing his hands to move freely, guided by an unseen force. The next morning, as sunlight bathed his new creation, it radiated an essence of something truly extraordinary. Soon, people from distant villages sought his work, captivated by the authenticity that now infused his art. This tale unveils a profound truth: success is not a forceful pursuit, but a natural consequence of moving in sync with your authentic purpose. Just as Elias found his stride by surrendering to his inner calling, so must we align our actions with our deepest intentions. Now, shift your focus to another narrative, one that mirrors the rhythm of life itself. Picture a young musician, Seraya, who dreamed of composing melodies that would echo through generations. She practiced tirelessly, mimicking the techniques of the great masters, yet her music felt hollow, lacking the soul she longed to express. One evening, she wandered into a bustling market where a street performer played a tune unlike any she had heard before, raw, heartfelt, unrestrained. The music moved through the crowd like an invisible current, connecting strangers through shared emotion. Realization dawned upon Seraya. She had been playing from her mind, not her heart. Inspired, she abandoned rigid technique and began composing from within. The moment she stopped resisting her own creative voice, her music transformed, resonating with people on a profound level. Opportunities soon followed, not because she chased them, but because she had finally aligned her art with her essence. These stories reveal a fundamental principle: true success and fortune arrive when effort flows effortlessly with purpose. To integrate this wisdom into your own life, I invite you to adopt a simple yet powerful practice. Each morning, before the day's momentum sweeps you away, take a few moments to center yourself. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and listen to the quiet voice within. Ask yourself, what action today will bring me closer to my true calling? The answer may not always be obvious. It could be a subtle nudge, an intuitive pull, or a newfound inspiration. Whatever it is, honor it. As you move through your day, remain attuned to how your actions feel. Do they unfold naturally, as though carried by a gentle current? Or do they feel forced, as if pushing against an invisible tide? When resistance arises, pause and reassess. Adjust your course, seek the flow, and embrace the direction where ease meets purpose. Remember, the most abundant paths are not carved through relentless struggle, but discovered through aligned movement. By listening to your inner guidance and allowing your actions to merge with life's rhythm, you unlock doors to prosperity, creativity, and fulfillment, effortlessly carried forward by the currents of destiny. Chapter 13. The Power of Self-Talk in Shaping Your Destiny. Imagine standing at the base of a towering mountain, the peak hidden by swirling mist. A young warrior named Eric grips the hilt of his sword, his reputation as a fighter well known. Yet despite his strength and skill, victory has always remained just out of reach. With each failed attempt, his mind fills with doubts, a relentless whisper telling him he will never succeed. One evening, as Eric tends to his wounds beneath an ancient oak, a traveler approaches. Draped in a robe woven with the stars of the night sky, the sage speaks with a voice that carries both wisdom and kindness. Bravery alone will not grant you victory. He says, the battle you fight within is the one that truly shapes your fate. The sage teaches Eric to become aware of his inner dialogue, to listen to the words he tells himself. Instead of letting fear and doubt take root, Eric learns to replace them with affirmations of strength and perseverance. With time and discipline, his confidence grows. His strikes become more precise, his movements more fluid. As if guided by fate itself, his fortune begins to shift, and soon, he stands victorious, his past failures nothing more than stepping stones to his triumph. This tale reveals a simple but profound truth: the way you speak to yourself shapes your reality. Your thoughts create a ripple effect, influencing your emotions, actions, and ultimately, the opportunities that unfold before you. Now, let your mind shift to a different scene. In a quiet town, a woman named Liana runs a small bookstore. Despite her passion for literature and her beautifully curated shelves, customers rarely step inside. Every morning, she wakes with the same thoughts: no one is interested. My store will never thrive. The words she feeds herself become her reality. One evening, she stumbles upon an old journal filled with stories of resilience. Inspired, she decides to change her approach, not just to her business, but to the way she speaks to herself. Instead of dwelling on lack, she begins each day with new affirmations: my bookstore is a haven for readers. People are drawn to the stories that fill these shelves. As days pass, she notices a shift. A stranger enters, then another. Word spreads, and soon, her once empty shop hums with life. She realizes that the change in her fortune began not with her books, but with the narrative she crafted in her mind. To harness this power in your own life, I invite you to try a simple yet transformative exercise. Each day, take a few moments to reflect on your inner dialogue. Write down any negative thoughts that arise, without judgment, simply observe them. Then, consciously rewrite them into empowering statements. If you catch yourself thinking, I'm not lucky, shift it to, opportunities flow effortlessly into my life. Speak these affirmations out loud, letting their energy take root within you. Keep a journal to track any shifts in your emotions or experiences. Over time, you will begin to notice a profound change. The world around you will start to mirror the beliefs you choose to embrace. Your mind is a powerful architect of your reality. When you align your thoughts with the life you desire, luck becomes less of a mystery and more of a natural consequence. Choose your words wisely, and watch as fortune begins to favor you. Chapter 14. The Unshakable Power of Self-Belief. Imagine a sculptor standing before a massive block of marble, chisel in hand. For days, he hesitates, unsure of where to begin. Doubting whether he can transform the raw stone into a masterpiece. Each time he lifts his chisel, uncertainty creeps in. whispering that he might ruin the marble with a single wrong strike. So, he waits. And waits. The stone remains untouched, its potential locked away by hesitation. Then, one morning, something shifts. He no longer sees an unshaped block of stone, he sees the statue hidden within, waiting to emerge. With renewed confidence, he raises his chisel and begins carving, each strike guided by the certainty that his creation will take form. As the days pass, the sculpture emerges, and onlookers marvel at the artist's work. What changed? Not the marble, not the tools, only the sculptor's belief in himself. This story mirrors a simple truth: belief is the foundation of achievement. The conviction we hold within ourselves acts as a force that either propels us forward or keeps us stagnant. Confidence, like a sculptor's chisel, carves the path to success. When we trust in our abilities, we create momentum that attracts opportunities and transforms aspirations into reality. Consider now the journey of Amir, a merchant in a lively trade district. For years, Amir struggled with indecision, constantly questioning his choices. His competitors secured valuable deals, while he hesitated, fearing failure. Every hesitation was a missed opportunity, a moment where self-doubt held him back. One day, after hearing the tale of the sculptor, Amir decided to shift his mindset. Instead of second-guessing himself, he committed to trusting his instincts. When negotiating with clients, he spoke with certainty, his voice steady and assured. When considering a business expansion, he moved forward without paralyzing fear. Slowly but surely, the tide turned in his favor. Deals that once seemed out of reach materialized. New partnerships flourished. His fortune was not a result of luck alone, it was the reward of unwavering belief in his own potential. So, how can you apply this wisdom in your own life? Each day, challenge yourself to take one decisive action outside your comfort zone. It could be speaking up in a meeting, pitching an idea with conviction, or pursuing an opportunity without hesitation. With each bold step, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, worthy, and prepared for success. Confidence does not mean the absence of fear, it means moving forward despite it. It is the quiet but powerful force that transforms hesitation into action, dreams into reality. As you cultivate this self-assurance, you'll find the world responding in kind, doors opening, opportunities emerging, and success following in your wake. Remember, belief is the chisel that shapes your destiny. Wield it wisely, and watch as your world transforms before your eyes. Chapter 15: The Power of Gratitude. Imagine standing atop a rugged cliffside, where the golden glow of dawn kisses the rolling hills. Below, a lone shepherd watches over his flock, his eyes scanning the horizon as a storm brews in the distance. The air hums with the scent of damp earth, and the first droplets of rain dance upon the land. What unfolds next is a lesson that can shift the course of fate itself. As the storm rages, the shepherd battles the wind and rain, struggling to keep his sheep together. Yet, by the time calm returns, only one lamb remains by his side. Instead of mourning his loss, he kneels beside the lamb, his hands gently stroking its fleece. With a deep breath, he whispers words of gratitude, not for what he has lost, but for what remains. He tends to the lamb with unwavering care, cherishing its presence. As the morning sun rises, his eyes widen in astonishment. Where once stood a single lamb, an entire flock now grazes in the field, twice as large as before. What had seemed like misfortune had, through the power of gratitude, transformed into boundless abundance. This tale unveils a profound reality: gratitude is not just a feeling, but a force that amplifies fortune. When we acknowledge and appreciate even the smallest blessings, we align ourselves with an energy that attracts greater abundance. Now, consider the journey of Alina, a devoted scholar in a city brimming with intellect and ambition. For years, her work went unnoticed, her efforts lost in the sea of voices vying for recognition. Frustration loomed, yet she chose a different path, one guided by gratitude. Instead of dwelling on what she lacked, she embraced every moment of progress, no matter how small: a warm smile from a fellow scholar, a breakthrough in her research, the simple joy of another day to learn. Each became a source of deep appreciation. Over time, something remarkable happened. Her insights gained traction, her name whispered in halls of power. Soon, rulers and philosophers sought her wisdom. What had begun as fleeting moments of gratitude had blossomed into a destiny she had once only dreamed of. These narratives reveal an eternal truth: gratitude magnifies luck and turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. When you cultivate appreciation, you invite prosperity into your life. To embrace this power, I invite you to adopt a simple practice. Each night, before surrendering to sleep, reflect on 3 moments of good fortune from your day. Write them in a dedicated journal. Perhaps it was an unexpected kindness, a peaceful moment amidst chaos, or an opportunity that arose unexpectedly. As you jot them down, let gratitude wash over you, allowing its warmth to radiate beyond the pages. Picture this energy rippling outward, creating waves of abundance that return to you tenfold. Let this practice become a ritual, and observe how the seemingly mundane transforms into something magnificent. Gratitude is not merely a habit, it is a way of living. By embodying this perspective, you become a beacon for luck, drawing success and joy into your life in ways you never imagined possible. Chapter 16: Serendipity and the Art of Embracing the Unexpected. Imagine yourself at a pivotal moment in life, standing at the junction of 2 diverging paths, uncertain of which direction to take. This is where the wisdom of serendipity reveals itself. Picture a weary traveler, a merchant who has journeyed far and wide, his clothes coated in dust and his heart burdened by indecision. As he contemplates his next move, a mysterious figure emerges from the shadows, offering a cryptic piece of advice: pay attention to the whispers of the world, for they carry the echoes of fortune to those who dare to listen. Intrigued yet skeptical, the merchant heeds these words. As he presses forward, he begins to notice subtle cues: a sudden rustling of leaves, the distant notes of an unfamiliar melody, an unexpected shift in the air. These seemingly insignificant signs start leading him toward unforeseen opportunities, ultimately guiding him to his greatest success. This tale illustrates the enchanting nature of serendipity, those inexplicable moments when the universe conspires in your favor, orchestrating events in ways you could never have anticipated. But serendipity is not merely random luck, it is a phenomenon that rewards those who align themselves with the currents of life and trust in the hidden forces at play. Now, consider the story of Ilsa, a gifted seamstress living in the heart of a bustling city. Each day, as she sits by the window, her hands expertly weaving intricate patterns into fabric, a quiet longing stirs within her. A whisper of adventure calls her beyond the confines of her small shop, hinting at a life filled with unknown possibilities. One morning, surrendering to this unshakable feeling, she takes an unfamiliar path to the market. As she turns a corner she has never explored before, she stumbles upon a grand estate, alive with the hum of preparations for an upcoming royal wedding. The head designer, frazzled and overwhelmed by the enormous task at hand, happens to glance at new Ilsa and immediately notices the impeccable detail in the garment she wears. Recognizing her rare talent, the designer invites her to assist in creating the royal attire. In that moment, new Ilsa's life takes a remarkable turn. Her craftsmanship, once overlooked, is now revered. Her decision to embrace the unknown, to follow the pull of curiosity, led her directly to a destiny she never could have scripted. These stories unveil an essential truth: serendipity favors those who are both prepared and open-hearted. By cultivating an awareness of the universe's gentle nudges, you invite more of these seemingly magical moments into your life. Trust in divine timing, for the cosmos weaves connections beyond what the logical mind can comprehend. To encourage serendipity in your own journey, I offer you this practice. Each day, dedicate a few moments to what I call the serendipity alignment. Find a quiet space, free from distractions, and take several deep breaths, allowing your mind to quiet. As you breathe, visualize yourself becoming more attuned to the flow of life, receptive to the signs and signals the world offers. Reflect on any subtle synchronicities you have recently encountered, perhaps a book opened to a page that spoke directly to your thoughts, or a conversation with a stranger unexpectedly provided clarity. Move through your day with heightened awareness. When you sense a gentle pull toward an action, a place, or an opportunity, even if it seems irrational, consider embracing it. Trust in the wisdom of your intuition, for the universe often speaks in whispers. By remaining open to life's subtle guidance, you create space for extraordinary encounters, fortuitous turns, and the serendipitous moments that transform your path in ways you never imagined. Chapter 17: Crafting Your Own Destiny. Imagine a young artisan standing before the grand doors of a legendary workshop. For years, he has labored under the guidance of a master, absorbing techniques, refining his craft, and perfecting each stroke of his chisel. But today is different. Today, his mentor stands before him, eyes filled with quiet wisdom, and declares, "The final lesson is this: the tools are in your hands. The masterpiece is yours to create." In that moment, a profound realization dawns: great fortune is not a matter of mere happenstance, it is the product of deliberate choices, relentless effort, and an unshakable belief in one's own ability. Just as the young craftsman must now carve his own future, so too must you recognize your role as the architect of your own success. Every thought you entertain, every decision you make, and every action you take forms the foundation of your destiny. The world does not simply hand out opportunities, they are shaped, molded, and brought to life by those who dare to take charge. Luck is not a fleeting shadow. It is a force you command by stepping forward with intention and purpose. Consider the tale of a seasoned explorer charting unknown seas. As tempests rage and towering waves crash against his ship, his crew looks to him for direction. Instead of surrendering to the storm, he grips the wheel firmly, guided by the silent knowledge that the stars above will lead him where he needs to go. His unrelenting determination propels them forward. And as the storm breaks, they find themselves before an uncharted paradise, teeming with possibilities. His success was not dictated by fate, but by his unwavering resolve to press on despite the chaos surrounding him. This is the essence of mastery over one's fate, the understanding that luck bends to those who prepare, act, and trust in their own path. The greatest treasures do not come to those who wait idly for fortune to favor them, but to those who dare to forge ahead, even when the path is unclear. To embody this principle in your daily life, adopt this simple yet transformative ritual. Each morning, as the first golden rays of sunlight pierce the horizon, take a moment to declare with unwavering conviction: I shape my own destiny. I create my own fortune. Today, I will walk in alignment with the opportunities that await me. Then, take out a journal and write about the ways you have already influenced your own fate. Perhaps you took a bold step that led to an unexpected opportunity, or you transformed an obstacle into a stepping stone for growth. By consciously acknowledging these moments, you reinforce the truth that you are the true master of your own fortune. Your journey is not dictated by chance. It is carved by your own hands, guided by your own will, and brought to life by the choices you make. Step forward with confidence, for the masterpiece of your life is yours alone to create. Chapter 18: The Force of Forward Motion. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast canyon, watching a single drop of water trickle down a rock's surface. Alone, it appears insignificant, just a fleeting moment in time. Yet, as days turn into years, that tiny droplet joins countless others, carving a mighty river through stone. What once seemed unmovable slowly reshapes, not through force, but through persistence. This is the power of momentum, the silent force behind success, the invisible hand that transforms effort into results. Consider a sculptor, chisel in hand, facing an unyielding block of marble. The first strike barely leaves a mark. The second and third seem just as ineffective. Yet, the sculptor does not waver. Each strike, however minor, weakens the stone's resistance. Days turn into weeks, and suddenly, a precise strike lands, cracking the marble, revealing the masterpiece within. It was never just that final blow, it was the accumulation of all those before it. Success, like sculpting, is a series of small, relentless efforts that build upon one another. Now, shift your focus to a different scene, a lone traveler in the heart of an endless desert. Each step forward feels insignificant against the vast horizon. But every footfall carries them closer to their destination. It is the commitment to continual movement that ensures progress. Momentum, once created, fuels itself. The first step is the hardest, but with each subsequent movement, the journey becomes easier, more natural, almost inevitable. The same applies to every pursuit in life. Success favors those who keep moving, even when progress seems invisible. Think about an archer preparing to release an arrow. The bowstring is pulled back, tension building, energy stored. In a single moment, that potential energy is converted into kinetic force, sending the arrow soaring toward its mark. Without tension, without preparation, the arrow would go nowhere. Similarly, in life, the small, consistent efforts we make daily store potential energy that, when released at the right moment, propel us forward in ways we never anticipated. To integrate this principle into your life, I offer a simple yet profound exercise: create a momentum ledger. Each day, record 3 small steps you've taken toward your goal, no matter how minor. Perhaps you completed a challenging task, made a meaningful connection, or simply maintained discipline in the face of distraction. Over time, these records will serve as proof that progress is being made, reinforcing the idea that every action contributes to something greater. Momentum is not a stroke of luck. It is a force we build through intention and persistence. The breakthrough you seek isn't a single grand event, it's the culmination of countless efforts. Trust in the process, embrace the journey, and know that with each step, each strike, and each drop of water, you are shaping your destiny in ways unseen but undeniably powerful. I have a prompt for audiobook. Take the following audiobook transcript and completely transform it into an original copyright-free script. Do not just rephrase word for word, instead deeply modify the content to make it unique. Follow these key steps: completely change sentence structure, phrasing, and wording so that it does not match the original. Rearrange ideas and restructure explanations to create a fresh flow. Replace examples and case studies with new unique ones to add originality. Introduce new insights, perspectives, and storytelling elements that were not in the original. Modify analogies, metaphors, and descriptions to make them fresh. Ensure the rewritten content is engaging, natural, and sounds professionally written. Incorporate multiple sources and research insights to add depth and originality. Add rhetorical questions and interactive redundant or unnecessary details, ensuring it remains engaging but shorter than the original. The final output should not resemble the original transcript in phrasing or structure, making it appear as an entirely new audiobook script. While keeping the core ideas intact, rewrite the following chapter while replacing the name everywhere in the text. Ensure that all pronouns and sentence structures remain natural and grammatically correct. Keep the original meaning, flow, and tone of the story intact. Chapter 19: Letting Go of the Past to Invite Future Luck. You stand at the base of a towering mountain, its peak shrouded in mist. Before you, a man struggles to take even a single step upward. His back is bent, his shoulders hunched under the weight of a large sack filled with stones. Each stone represents a grudge, a regret, a painful memory he has carried for far too long. As you watch, the man's eyes suddenly widen with realization. He reaches into the sack and pulls out a stone. Examining it closely with a deep breath, he lets it fall from his hand, then another and another. As each stone tumbles away, his posture straightens, his steps become lighter. Finally, he casts aside the empty sack and begins to climb with ease, his path to the summit now clear. In this tale you witness a philosophical truth: to invite new fortune, one must first release the burdens of the past. The stones that weigh you down, old grudges, regrets, and painful memories, block the flow of luck and opportunity in your life. Consider now a woman standing in a garden. For years the flowers have refused to bloom, the soil remaining barren. In her heart she carries the weight of an old betrayal, a grudge against a former friend. As you observe, she closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and consciously chooses to forgive. The moment she releases this held resentment, a soft breeze stirs when she opens her eyes. The garden is suddenly alive with color, flowers blooming in abundance. This too is the nature of luck. When you release the emotional burdens of the past, you create space for new blessings to enter your life. Forgiveness is not about condoning past actions, but about freeing yourself from their continued influence on your present and future. To help you embody this wisdom, I offer you this practice. Find a quiet place where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and take several deep breaths. Visualize yourself standing at the base of a mountain, carrying a heavy sack on your back. Each stone inside represents a past hurt, a grudge, or a regret. One by one, reach into the sack and pull out these stones. As you examine each one, acknowledge the pain it represents, then consciously choose to let it go. Visualize yourself dropping the stone and watch it roll away. Feel the lightness that comes with each release. When the sack is empty, imagine a warm golden light filling the place where the stones once were. This light represents the new opportunities and luck now free to enter your life. Open your eyes, feeling unburdened and open to the flow of fortune. Chapter 20: The Strength of an Unbreakable Mind. Picture a vast field where young saplings sway gently under the warmth of the sun. Their branches stretch toward the sky, unburdened by the weight of time. But on the horizon, storm clouds gather, and within moments, fierce winds lash the landscape. Torrential rain hammers down, and the saplings bend dangerously under the pressure. At first, it seems inevitable that they will break, yet when the storm finally passes, a remarkable transformation takes place. Instead of collapsing, the saplings stand tall once more, stronger, their roots now gripping the earth with greater tenacity. What should have destroyed them has, instead, fortified them. This is the essence of resilience, the ability to withstand adversity and emerge even stronger. Life storms are unavoidable, yet those who cultivate mental and emotional resilience are not defeated by them. Instead, they learn, adapt, and ultimately become more prepared to seize the opportunities that life presents. Now, imagine a young violinist preparing for a grand concert. She has practiced tirelessly for months, perfecting every note. But on the night of the performance, disaster strikes, her violin string snaps mid-performance. A stunned silence falls over the audience. In that moment, she has a choice: walk away in defeat or adapt to the unexpected. With steady hands, she picks up another violin handed to her by a stage assistant, takes a deep breath, and resumes playing. Her performance is more powerful than ever, infused with a depth of emotion that captivates every listener in the room. In the end, the audience does not remember the mistake but rather the way she recovered with grace and determination. Luck often follows those who refuse to be paralyzed by setbacks. Every challenge, every misstep, is an opportunity to rise stronger, more capable, and more in tune with the rhythm of success. Many people assume luck is about chance, but in reality, it is about persistence, the ability to keep going when others give up, to develop this unshakable resilience. Try this simple yet transformative exercise. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Bring to mind a moment when life knocked you down, a failure, a setback, or a time of struggle. Instead of focusing on the pain of the moment, shift your perspective. What did that experience teach you? How did it shape you into the person you are today? Visualize yourself like a tree, bending with the storm but never breaking, your roots growing deeper with each challenge. Now, picture yourself standing tall once again, unshaken, stronger than before. As you open your eyes, carry this knowledge with you. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about facing it head-on and using it to fuel your growth. Every obstacle you overcome brings you one step closer to the life you were meant to lead. Chapter 21: Unlocking the Power of Collective Energy. Imagine a remote island village, cut off from the thriving trade networks that fuel prosperity in neighboring lands. The villagers, though diligent and resourceful, find themselves struggling against an invisible barrier of isolation. One day, a wise elder proposes an ambitious vision, a fleet of boats to connect their home with distant shores. At first, doubt clouds the idea. Where would they find the materials? Who among them could build seaworthy vessels? The obstacles seem insurmountable. But as they come together, a transformation takes place. The shipwrights share their knowledge of construction, the fishermen lend their expertise on the sea's temperament, and even the children contribute by gathering supplies. Slowly, the first boats emerge, and with them, a renewed sense of purpose and unity. When the vessels finally set sail, they bring back not only trade goods but also new opportunities, fresh ideas, and a surge of fortune that had once seemed impossible. The village, once stagnant, now thrives, a testament to the extraordinary power of collective energy. This story carries a vital truth: when people unite toward a shared goal, they generate a force greater than the sum of their individual efforts. Just as the villagers turned an isolated settlement into a flourishing hub, you too can amplify success by tapping into the power of a supportive community. Consider the journey of an aspiring filmmaker. For years, she toils in solitude, creating short films that go unnoticed. Rejections pile up, and opportunities remain elusive. But then, she crosses paths with a group of independent creators, directors, writers, and cinematographers, who invite her into their network. Through collaboration, her storytelling gains depth, her techniques sharpen, and soon, her projects capture the attention of industry insiders. What once seemed an impossible dream now unfolds with surprising ease. Her fortune didn't change by accident, it was catalyzed by aligning with like-minded individuals who shared her vision. Luck is rarely a solitary endeavor. By surrounding yourself with people who share your aspirations, you create a dynamic energy field where opportunities flourish. When driven individuals pool their talents and intentions, they amplify their ability to attract success. To harness this collective power, try this practice: find your tribe, seek out groups, communities, or circles that align with your passions. Whether it's a mastermind group, a creative collective, or a volunteer initiative, connection is the key. Set a unified intention, define a shared goal with your group. It could be launching a project, improving a skill, or creating a positive change in your community. Meet and manifest. Regularly engage with your group, whether through brainstorming sessions, visualization exercises, or strategic planning. Shared focus generates momentum. Observe the ripple effect. Pay attention to the synchronicities and breakthroughs that arise when you immerse yourself in a collective effort. Just as the islanders built vessels to bridge the gap between their world and new possibilities, your connections with others can construct pathways to success beyond what you ever imagined. Fortune favors those who understand that collaboration is not just an advantage, it's a catalyst for transformation. Chapter 22. Unveiling the universe's hidden signals. Life is filled with moments that seem too perfect to be random, instances that feel as though the universe itself is sending a subtle message. These moments, often dismissed as coincidences, can serve as powerful signposts guiding us toward unexpected opportunities and hidden fortunes. Imagine a young explorer, weary from his travels, meandering through an unfamiliar city. The streets, an intricate maze of alleys and bustling markets, offer no clear direction. Just as doubt begins to take hold, he notices a peculiar emblem painted on an ancient wall, one that inexplicably resonates within him. Intrigued, he follows where it leads. Soon, another familiar symbol appears, this time on the cover of an old book displayed in a shop window. As if directed by an invisible hand, he continues on this seemingly coincidental path, only to find himself face to face with an old friend, someone he had long lost touch with yet deeply needed to reconnect with. This is the essence of synchronicity, the profound alignment of events that defy logical explanation. These subtle nudges are the universe's way of whispering that we are on the right track, guiding us toward experiences that hold the potential to reshape our destiny. Consider now the story of an artisan diligently weaving intricate tapestries in her modest workshop. For years, her craft was nothing more than a labor of love, her creations admired only by a handful of local patrons. Yet, small peculiarities began to capture her attention, recurring colors appearing in unexpected places, patterns she had dreamed of suddenly surfacing in her daily life, and a chance conversation in a marketplace that mirrored a thought she had pondered the night before. At first, these occurrences seemed trivial. But as she began to recognize their frequency and meaning, she decided to follow their lead. One day, an unplanned detour brought her to an exhibition featuring a renowned designer in search of unique, handcrafted textiles. A conversation sparked, a collaboration ensued, and soon, her work was being displayed on global stages. What once seemed like random occurrences had, in hindsight, been perfectly orchestrated by forces beyond her understanding. These narratives reveal a fundamental truth: synchronicity is not mere chance. It is a dialogue between you and the universe, a way for life to steer you toward your highest potential. The key lies in awareness, the willingness to perceive and trust these signals rather than dismiss them as coincidence. To harness the power of synchronicity in your own journey, I encourage you to adopt a simple yet transformative practice: keeping a synchronicity journal. Each day, take note of unusual patterns, repeated symbols, or meaningful encounters that capture your attention. These might include recurring numbers, unexpected reunions, or even a phrase overheard at just the right moment. At the end of each week, reflect on these entries. Are they pointing you in a particular direction? Are they guiding you toward an opportunity you might have otherwise overlooked? Over time, you may find that these once ignored moments form a constellation of meaning, a celestial roadmap leading you to the fortune and success you seek. The key is to remain open, observant, and willing to follow the path that unfolds before you. Just as the traveler found his way through a labyrinthine city and the artisan unlocked an unforeseen destiny, Your own awareness of synchronicity may reveal doors to prosperity you never imagined possible. The universe is always speaking. The question is, are you ready to listen? Chapter 23, The Endless Flow of Fortune. As you delve further into the nature of luck, you begin to realize that the universe communicates in a language far more intricate than words. It speaks through patterns, subtle cues, and serendipitous events, those moments that seem like mere coincidences but are, in truth, guiding markers on your journey to success. The key lies in recognizing these signs and understanding their significance. Imagine a lone explorer navigating an unfamiliar land. Without a map or a clear destination, he moves forward, relying on instinct alone. At first, the signs around him seem unremarkable: an intricate carving on a wall, an old book displayed in a shop window, a stranger offering directions in passing. But as he pieces these elements together, he realizes they form a path leading him exactly where he needs to be. What once seemed like random occurrences now appear as a carefully orchestrated series of events. This is the essence of synchronicity, the invisible hand of fortune nudging you toward your destiny. But how do you decipher this hidden language in your own life? The first step is awareness. Start paying attention to recurring patterns, a number that appears repeatedly, an overheard conversation that resonates deeply, or an unexpected opportunity that presents itself precisely when needed. These moments are not accidental, they are whispers from the universe urging you to take notice. Consider the story of a skilled artisan who spent years honing her craft in quiet obscurity. One day, she noticed a particular motif emerging in her work, echoing symbols she had seen in unrelated places: a book cover, a street mural, a conversation about ancient designs. Instead of dismissing these repetitions, she embraced them. Following the trail of clues, she discovered a niche market eager for her unique creations, turning her quiet passion into a flourishing business. This tale reveals an important truth: luck is not merely an external force, it is a current that flows through every aspect of life. Those who learn to navigate its course by recognizing synchronicities often find themselves in the right place at the right time. The difference between those who struggle and those who thrive is not simply chance, it is the ability to listen, to trust, and to act upon the signals that present themselves. To cultivate this skill, you must develop a heightened sense of perception. Being present in each moment allows you to recognize the significance of small details. When something repeatedly catches your attention, pause and ask yourself, what message is hidden here? What opportunity am I being led toward? By engaging with these subtle nudges rather than ignoring them, you open yourself up to new possibilities. However, embracing synchronicity does not mean forcing connections where none exist. It is not about assigning meaning to every trivial event, but about sensing when something feels too aligned to be mere coincidence. The universe does not shout, it whispers. Your role is to listen carefully and act with intention when the signs become clear. To integrate this practice into your life, begin keeping a synchronicity journal. Each day, jot down moments that feel meaningful, patterns, symbols, unexpected encounters, or dreams that seem to carry a message. At the end of each week, reflect on these entries. Do any themes emerge? Can you trace a thread connecting these occurrences? What insights or opportunities might be hidden within them? Over time, you will start to see a greater design at play. What once seemed like isolated moments will reveal themselves as interconnected steps on your path. The road to fortune is not one of blind chance, but of attentive participation. By opening yourself to the language of the universe, you allow luck to become an ever-present force, guiding you toward doors you never imagined could open. Embrace the signs. Follow the path. Luck is not finite, it is an endless stream waiting for you to step in and flow with it. Chapter 24: Embodying the Spirit of Endless Fortune. Imagine stepping into a life where fortune is not a fleeting event but a continuous presence, a way of being rather than a stroke of luck. This is the story of Alana, a woman once defined by hesitation and self-doubt, who transformed her destiny by shifting her mindset. Her journey began with a simple yet powerful realization: luck is not something that happens to us, it is something we cultivate. When she stumbled upon an old manuscript filled with insights about fortune, she absorbed its wisdom, and her life began to change. Where she once hesitated, she now acted with certainty. Where she had seen obstacles, she now saw opportunities. Soon, people noticed that Alana's presence alone seemed to attract success. She became the person others sought for guidance. As if she carried an invisible key to unlocking prosperity. But what was the secret behind her transformation? It wasn't magic or chance, it was her decision to embody the identity of someone who is always fortunate. The power of identity in shaping fortune. Consider the tale of Theo, an aspiring artist whose early career was filled with struggle. Rejections piled up, and doubt threatened to consume him. Then, he made a profound shift. Instead of seeing himself as an unlucky creator, he started asking, how would a successful artist approach this challenge? He trained himself to think, act, and make decisions as if he were already living his dream. This change in identity altered everything. His failures became lessons, his delays became opportunities, and his persistence led to breakthrough moments he never anticipated. By embracing the mindset of someone destined for greatness, Theo rewrote his own story. These stories hold a profound lesson. Luck is not external, it is an internal state that we nurture through our beliefs and actions. To truly live as the luckiest person, you must first believe it, then embody it, a transformative practice, living as a magnet for fortune. To integrate this principle into your life, I invite you to adopt a daily affirmation practice. Each morning, stand before a mirror and declare with conviction, I am a magnet for opportunity and success. Fortune flows effortlessly into my life. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a reprogramming of your subconscious to align with the energy of abundance. Throughout the day, reinforce this mindset by asking, what would a lucky person do in this situation? Then, act accordingly. When challenges arise, approach them with the certainty that they are guiding you toward something greater. Smile often, express gratitude for even the smallest blessings, and walk through life with the confidence of someone who knows the universe is working in their favor. Conclusion: the continuous journey of fortune. Your journey through these lessons has unlocked timeless truths about luck, not as a rare phenomenon, but as a force you can harness. You now understand that luck isn't a random occurrence, but a reflection of your thoughts, emotions, and actions aligning with the natural flow of abundance. The stories and practices shared within these pages are stepping stones, guiding you toward becoming the architect of your own good fortune. But remember, transformation does not happen through knowledge alone, it comes through action, belief, and daily practice. As you integrate these teachings into your life, fortune will cease to be something you chase and instead become the very essence of your existence. Keep these insights close, revisit them often, and trust in the infinite possibilities ahead. You are now equipped to live as the luckiest person on earth, not because luck happens to you, but because you have chosen to embody it. If you enjoy this audiobook, stay connected with Book Library for more powerful insights. Like if you found it valuable, share with someone who needs this wisdom. Subscribe to Book Library for more life-changing audiobooks. Your thoughts matter. Let us know what resonated with you in the comments. See you in the next audiobook.